Hey folks, welcome to the Dark Hollow Garage. And here we have my 1946 Chevy, drug out of a barn literally, pickup truck, my old farm truck. We're going to go through some pictures here in a slideshow and show you what happened with this old girl. Here we go. So my buddy, when I was working at Harley Davidson, told me he found this old truck, and he knew I'd been looking for an old truck. I didn't care what it was. The older the better. So he tells me about this 46 he found in a barn, okay? And that it would have to be taken out with a tractor because it won't roll. It's been parked there since 1996. And these are the pictures he showed me of the truck. I took a look at these pictures and said, man, let's rescue that thing. I can't wait to drive it around, and work on it and have fun with it. So here we go. Next picture is when we brought it to my house. So my buddy here on the right in the picture, he passed away, sadly, but he's the one that helped me get it home. And in this photograph, we had just pressure washed it and got it cleaned up a little bit to back her in the garage and start this whole new adventure. So I have the spot all cleaned out for it. It is now in its new home. And of course, the first thing you want to know is, can this motor actually fire up? So we spent the afternoon and actually got that thing to light off. It took a little bit of work, but it fired up. And from here, it was game on. So once it actually spit and sputtered and it lit up, we went ahead. I did points, cap, rotor, new plug wires, did the radiator flush, took the carburetor apart, got a kit for it, completely rebuilt it, got a brand new fuel pump for it, and pulled the valve cover off, checked a few things, made sure everything was oiling and what have you, and it was alive. It actually ran really, really well. I was so surprised. And then it was just, all right, let's get this baby rolling. So after having the engine running a couple of times, changing the oil, what have you, new radiator hoses too, it was time to look into the steering underneath it, because we noticed when we were moving it around, that steering was just shot. So jacking her up and pulling out the axle, all the steering components, and refurbishing everything. In this picture, I've already done the kingpins. I had to get a reamer and new kingpins and got that all fixed up. I had to get one new leaf spring pack and started gathering parts. So here you can see in the picture we've got some steering parts, top left, refurbished, repainted, cleaned up. The new shackles. New shackle packs there in the center at the top. We've got the new leaf spring pack. We've got the other leaf spring pack bead blasted, cleaned up, and painted. We've got the backing plates cleaned and painted. We've got brand new wheel cylinder, brake wheel cylinders there. And you can see the brake pads and the crazy little arms that operate the brake pads off of the wheel cylinders. It's a pretty cool setup for being back in the 40s. Okay, so here in this photograph, you can see the axle's been installed. We got that done. I didn't get any real pictures of that, but it was pretty easy, straightforward. The brakes, the crazy 1940s brakes. Look how simple that is in there. If you've ever seen inside a drum brake before with all the craziness that goes on inside there. Look at that. Just as simple as it can be. Got a brand new soft line there in the left of the picture also. So we're getting closer. Here you can see we've got the brake line all connected up top there. A little bit of dirty fingerprints on the backing plate, but we got all the steering knuckle there is all done. It's all greased. And we've got the lower steering component added on there, painted silver. We're moving along. We're moving along. I swore I had pictures of the guts of the inside of this steering linkage stuff here. It's kind of crazy. It's it's like a hitch ball that goes up inside it, and it has these cups that wrap around the hitch ball, and there's a spring in there, and it's all greased, and you screw in the end of it to tighten everything up against the springs that are inside, and you put the cotter pin on it. So that actually floats a little bit. You tighten it up, the springs keep tension on it, but it kind of floats. It's really cool 1940s stuff right there. Another shot from underneath here of the driver's side. So there's the steering linkage bolted to it there. It's kind of silvery next to that brake drum setup. See the new shackles up in there. Everything's clean, painted, and really coming along very, very nicely. And here is the rod that goes from the steering linkage behind the brake drum there back to the steering box. So this also has that weird hitch ball style with cups inside with the springs and everything. It's designed the same way, and it's really crazy 1940s stuff. But man, I tell you what, once it was done, boy, she steered nice, real nice. Oh, looky here. Got brand new shackles, brand new brake lines, new steering stuff. Everything's cleaned, painted, either rebuilt with new parts or refurbished. We've got brand new wheel bearings that I got from, I forget what the truck place's name is. That's coming up here in a second. Very helpful folks. But we even got new U-bolts. I mean, look at that. It's nicer than the whole truck. Okay, so this is where I get the parts from for this project. Jim Carter here. I'm not sponsored or anything by him. I just wanted to put a plug in here for Jim Carter parts, because I tell you what, there was some super nice folks there helping me get all the parts I needed for this truck. If they, if it was available. This is a 3/4 ton truck, so more stuff's available for the half tons, but they definitely were a big help. Now look at this craziness. Now these brake lines that I put in the truck, you can see them, they're green color there. They're all brand new, and I ran them exactly like they were run factory on the lines that were all rotted that I had to take out of it. It's just so simple. It's crazy. You can see the brand new fuel pump up there too. That's up in the left hand part of the picture with the fuel line. We'll show you where that fuel line's going here in a little bit. Pretty cool little fuel tank we got. So we put a brand new master cylinder in it, and 4 new wheel cylinders, and just all the brake lines all the way back and across the rear axle. Everything was done. All right, so now it's time to make sure we got headlights and brake lights, and the electricals are working all right. We know it's charging the battery now, and it is coming to life. All right, so YouTube won't let me go over 9 minutes at this point in time with subscriptions and what I have. So this is the end of part 1. Part 2's coming up. Be sure to check it out. Hope you liked it so far. Thank you.